What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Season 3, Episode 2. Chris, how are we doing?
3-2. I'm good.
3-2.
How are you, Dave?
I'm doing wonderful, Big week this week. Better week next week. Just keeps going.
Yeah, big week this week because we're taking a trip.
Taking a trip to the AZ, We'll actually be in AZ a lot when this goes.
Yeah, we will.
So, the day
Sweating
out.
Sweating brains out.
Yeah, not only sweating picks, but also sweating our brains out.
Yeah. All right, season 2, season 3. We're jumping
Whoa,
in.
just episode 2.
Episode 2, Minnesota Minute, into it.
Bang, Twins, 62-58, still in first place. They're 4.5 games up. Currently playing the Tigers in a 2-game series, and then they play the Pirates. Minnesota United got throttled 5-rip in the Leagues Cup, but they resume play this weekend, Sunday, against NYC. And lastly, the Wind Chill finished the season 11-2. They win the Central Division, and they host Salt Lake on the 25th.
Yeah, they're into the playoffs.
That's the playoffs, yeah. So they have this week off.
They won last week.
Yeah, they beat was it Indianapolis or was it New? Yeah,
they beat Indianapolis. They play New York.
Yeah, so
in the semifinals.
There you go. They're decent. They're our best team.
I'd say way better than decent.
Yeah, pretty cool. Be cool to go watch a game at Seafoam Stadium.
They are hosting.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Just have to check out tickets.
We'll have to talk.
Yeah, off air.
Yeah,
offline.
All right, we got Roundtable next.
Bang.
What's happening? You want to start?
Yeah. So in the world of the NBA, people probably have saw it, but James Harden went public, basically saying he doesn't want to be associated with. Why can't I think of his name now?
Daryl Morey.
Morey, that's what it was. GM. So he's pretty much, I think, going to be out of the 76ers.
You think?
Yeah, which is crazy because didn't they try to trade him during the offseason, and then no one wanted him, so then he accepted didn't he opt in to make $36 million, and now he says he's a liar.
Well, he opted in hopes of signing and trading.
Oh, and then that never happened. Would you trade for James Harden? Or what would you give up for James Harden? If you had to give something up.
Well, less now because everybody knows that he wants to leave.
Yeah. I just think, we'll see.
So, I mean, he's kind of forcing their hand. It just makes it tough because it's like the hand is being shown.
Yeah, the hands are both open.
Right.
Yeah. Tough. It's a lot of money to spend on a guy like that. I know he's good, but it's still a lot of money.
Yeah.
So
he's also just been so many places where it's like, at what point do you start to think that it's him? Are we have we come and gone? Is that point in the past?
That. I think he's just trying to make a bunch of money.
In that regard, then it's like, well, yeah, I think the reason why is because he didn't get his max contract at the length that he wanted.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Kind of college football, kind of NFL. It's a little bit of both. Michael Orr, star of The Blind Side. He was basically accusing the Tui family, which is the family in the movie, of tricking him into what they called a conservatorship, and claiming that they basically forced him into doing these things to make a bunch of money off of him and the movie and everything.
Yeah.
They obviously denied it. This is just allegedly, but
it's kind of crazy to me because it's I understand it made a lot of money, but the newest thing is he tried to do a $15 million.
That's what he tried to make. Yeah,
before this whole thing, or did whatever. Which I mean, this
wasn't that this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, what's crazy is this family is also very wealthy.
They are. Yes.
So it's also where does that play? I don't know. It's an interesting topic. I mean, it's obviously growing. It's brand new, but those are pretty hefty allegations.
Hefty allegations for sure.
Yeah. So we'll see what comes about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of
big story for a big movie that was pretty popular.
Yeah. Very popular. I mean, it was very popular.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was number one. Number two, so there's 3 preseason games. One's already come and gone, so you got 2 left. But Baltimore Ravens, they continue their preseason streak. So now they've won 24 preseason games in a row. Their last preseason loss was in 2015. So they've won 24 in a row. They've got 2 more. Not saying that they're for sure going to win those games or not, but history is on your side if you think that they're going to. You might just toss a little something on that game.
Yeah, it's the Commanders and the Buccaneers.
Commanders and Buccaneers for 26 and move on to next year. So
that's crazy.
24 is a lot of games in a row, especially because the players that are playing, at least in the first one, and honestly, like throughout preseason, they come and go. So it's not like it's the same guys every year that are playing to shoot for this win streak to keep going. Yeah. You know, it's new guys that are trying to make the team, make the NFL every single year. So that
well, here's a question. Here's a question for you. So now that you only have 3 preseason games, obviously the first one, basically not a lot of starters played. If any,
some did,
some do, but I'm just saying for the most part, a lot don't. So now game 2, do you play your starters the first half? Because game 3, you're probably not going to play them that much. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it used to be game 2 was like a quarter. Game 3 was like, okay, you could play the first half or quarter, maybe a quarter and a half. Now it's like, okay, you only get 3. You didn't play game 1.
Yeah.
Game 2 has to be the game you play a lot.
No, I'd probably, in my head, like depending, obviously there's other things that I'd think about, but in my head, I would probably shoot for 3 quarters played by the guys that are going to be playing for my team. So like it could be 1 quarter in the first game and 2 in the second game, and then they sit out game 3, or we do 1 quarter in game 2, 2 in the game 3, and then we're like flowing right into the season. Yeah. But I would shoot for 3 quarters total in the preseason by the guys that are mainly going to play. Yeah. What's yours?
I think I'm similar to that, but I would have to say the majority of teams should, if they're going to do the 3 quarter, which seems fine. I think they have to do 2 quarters in game 2. You don't want to do 2 quarters.
Well, what would you do?
I would do 2 quarters game 2, and then potentially 1 quarter or a few possessions game 3. Because obviously none of these guys,
game 1.
No, well they've already passed that. For the people, if you're on a new team, I can see why you played in these. Yeah, Derek Carr or like these rookie quarterbacks. Sure, I get it. But like if you're the Vikings, and Kirk Cousins did not play the first game, I don't think. I don't know. I didn't see watching.
He did not.
He does not play for. I say you play 2 quarters here, 1
so
quarter.
You go from 0 to 2.
Yes, because if you play 2 quarters in game 3, that gives you more likelihood to get hurt. Just play your 2 quarters. They don't necessarily need it.
So are you saying that you would only play 2 quarters?
2 quarters game 2, 1 quarter game 3.
Okay.
You still have to play game 3. You can't go a whole week off. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Add another bye right before the season starts.
Nah, you can play. It's a quarter. You'll get 1 possession, 2 possessions.
Okay. So, I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, more guys are getting hurt in these joint practices than actual games.
Exactly.
Which is even
all
scarier.
The guys are playing.
Well, and all these guys are doing like they're actually like hitting each other hard. I mean, I don't know. I feel like
they are kind of hitting people hard.
Yeah.
With like just those helmet pads.
Yeah, and it's like that's the only protection.
Yeah.
And it's like I get it, injuries are part of the game, but it's also like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Do you have a roundtable thing?
No, mine was kind of just injuries. Well, then also Dalvin Cook, Zeke found new teams. Very exciting.
Okay.
So we'll see how they do. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers, Dalvin Cook could be an elite little mix right there.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, let's move on. Beer and seltzer.
Yeah.
Second round with this.
The final round.
Crew.
Some would say. So we have the mango. So 3 birds. We had strawberry lemonade and lemonade. Now we have mango lemonade and blueberry lemonade.
Okay.
So we'll see what these are about, and then we'll give you our final ratings on the whole thing.
Let's do blueberry first.
Okay, so that's the mango one.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't remember if it was peach or mango when I was thinking about it earlier. Wait, we're gonna do. Hold on a second.
It's like cotton candy.
Does it?
A little bit.
It's good.
I think it's
same clean can.
Yeah,
That's what
same
we're
thing.
looking at.
It's kind of cool. They do like the little half and half.
Yep.
3 birds. All right, so blueberry is up first. Let's see what blueberry has.
Wow, it's you can smell it.
Yeah. It's definitely got a little hint of blueberry. I don't taste a ton of the lemonade side of it, but I think to be honest, it's like, it reminds me a lot of the strawberry one where it's like the blueberry takes over the lemonade.
I think blueberry is a tough flavor to make as like a liquid.
Like a seltzer?
Or
just like
honestly,
a juice?
just like
anything.
Yeah. I feel like if it just doesn't really translate well to a liquid form.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's okay. I think it's still kind of similar to the other two where it's just like it has a little bit of flavor. But I think this one's my least favorite.
Do you ever drink blueberry juice?
No. I put blueberries in like a smoothie before. Well, but never like blueberries as a main thing.
Have you ever heard of anybody drinking blueberry juice?
Is that they make? I've never seen that.
I don't know. That's why I was just.
No, I don't know. I don't think blueberries are bad. I mean, they probably won't be my top 3 fruit.
They're good for mixing in smoothies.
Yeah, but you gotta, they're like one of those things because they come with a handful of like raspberries and strawberries. That's what makes them decent. Mm-hmm. I don't know a lot of people that just get straight bloobs.
No.
So.
Me either.
Yeah.
Sorry, bloobs.
Yeah, bloobs are out.
All right,
I'm going to say 5-2.
Oh, 5-2.
I think it's a significant step lower than the 2 last week.
Okay.
Which, in the defense of blueberries, if we're going there, strawberry lemonade is more common than blueberry lemonade.
Definitely.
And lemonade is more common than strawberry, which is more common.
Would you say which one's more common, blueberry lemonade or mango lemonade?
I don't know. I think neither. I think they're in the same realm. That's why these are very interesting. I think it's different though, because it's like, I mean, maybe strawberry is close, but like raspberry lemonade is a lot more common.
Yeah,
peach lemonade.
Is peach lemonade a thing?
More of a thing than, I think, blueberry.
What would be the 4th most popular lemonade? You got regular, strawberry lemonade, raspberry lemonade.
I don't know. Peach lemonade. I don't know if there is. What would you say? I don't know. I don't know what else you'd add.
I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 5-9.
Yeah.
So
definitely lower than
it's the worst one so far.
I mean, here's the thing: if you like blueberries, you can definitely taste a little blueberry hint. I just don't think
it's good.
I don't think blueberries are really. I just don't. Not a big fan.
Yep.
So
there you go. All right, mango. Let's see if it slots into one of them or. Okay.
Definitely mango. Here's the thing. If you like blueberries, you'll like that because there's not a lot of lemonade. This is the same thing. It's more mango than it is anything.
I feel like mango flavor pairs better with lemonade flavor because it has like the tropical-ish, like citrus type vibe.
Yeah. Well, I definitely think the same. Like here, it's like you look at it, like the mango. I mean, it's just not as strong. I think it just, like you said, mixes better than the blueberry for sure. Mm-hmm. So.
Gotta think back to last week.
Yeah, I think last week we kind of peaked. But again, last week we had the 2 kinds that go with lemonade more common than these 2.
Okay, what's your...
I'm going to say 6-4.
Okay.
So I think it's better than the blueberry, but I don't like it as much as the strawberry or the regular lemonade.
Okay.
So
I'm going to give this one a 7-1. So this is my number 2.
Number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think it pairs well. So that part's good. And I wasn't a huge fan. I thought it was fine of the strawberry lemonade one, but
not a huge fan.
I thought this one was better.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. So today's scores, we got blueberry 5-2 for Dave, 5-9 for me. and mango 6-4 for Dave, 7-1 for me.
Mm-hmm.
So overall for this pack, we got Dave. Yours are strawberry lemonade 8-1, regular lemonade 7-8, mango 6-4, and blueberry 5-2. And then mine were regular lemonade 7-6, mango 7-1, strawberry lemonade 6-7, and then blueberry 5-9.
So we both agree that blueberry is the worst.
We both agreed blueberry's the worst.
I had strawberry, you had regular.
Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, so the other three were mixed up for both of us.
Yeah. I'll say this though about the whole pack.
Yeah, what would that be?
I think the whole pack, I think they're decent. I think they are pretty good. Like if I had to rank the whole pack 1 to 10, 10 being like I'm gonna buy these every single weekend, I would probably say it's probably like a 7-3.
Okay.
I would say probably a 7-3. I think the strawberry one and the regular one overpower it, and I think the mango one's a good touch for one. I could do without having the blueberry ones, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If the other ones are present, I could do without it. Is it the worst thing I've ever drank? No. But
Well, yeah.
I think
I mean, if you take out the blueberry, so your scores would be 6-4, 7-8, 8-1. Like that's pretty strong
that's solid.
scores.
Yeah.
And that would reflect about the 7-3.
Yeah, decent.
So, I mean, same kind of thing. If you took out the blueberry one, my scores are 6-7, 7-1, 7-6. So
What did you have for the? What
overall.
did you think? Yeah.
I mean, if you just look at those, I mean, I'm not gonna be sitting over here getting the blueberry ever,
Right.
and I don't think you are either.
No.
So you can kind of just like take that one out of the scoring.
Yeah. It's almost like an outlier.
in theory.
Yeah.
So like in terms of that, score would be, I don't know, about 7-1, 7-2.
Yeah. So solid.
Yeah.
Definitely worth getting or trying. I think they would.
We'll
Definitely
say 7-1 for me overall score.
Yeah.
Bump it down to the bottom side just because the one part of the
Blueberry
variety.
Yeah.
was-
I mean, I definitely think if you have a pack that goes over like 6-5 total or 7, that's gonna be on the higher end.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, especially the mango and the regular. Like I could drink one of the strawberry lemonade, but I could drink the mango and the regular for sure.
Right. Yeah.
So
solid.
that's pretty solid.
solid.
And that's what they call a.
And that's what they call a review.
That's right.
Bang, bang, bang.
All right. We're jumping into college football first.
Yep.
We got the first
Coach's
top
poll.
25. No, not Coach's Poll.
Oh, this is regular poll?
This is the USA Today.
Oh, the AP poll.
Yeah, the AP poll.
Got it.
So it came out. The coaches poll came out last week, and now the AP top 25 came out. I would like to think that the AP poll is a little bit more closely aligned with how the majority of people view the top 25
Did
teams.
we ever find out what is the coaches poll just like all the coaches?
Yeah.
So every week they vote? Or how does that work? Because it's obviously constantly changing, right? Or like, is there just a committee that does it? I don't know. What's the and like the AP, is that just like a certain group of people?
Associated Press.
Yeah, so that's like more broad.
That's a publication.
Got it.
Yeah.
I mean, most of them will probably have similar top 5s or 10s. At least preseason, I would assume. There might be a few changes from like 6 to 7 or 7 to 6, but I do think they're probably very similar.
I mean, we can chat.
Yeah.
So we got. Well, why don't do you want to read off the?
This is the AP poll. You have the coaches?
I do have the coaches. Yeah.
So it goes Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State,
Georgia, Michigan.
Alabama,
So
LSU.
Alabama, Ohio State are flipped. LSU. So
USC,
the only
Penn
change
State,
in the top
Florida
5 are the coaches has Alabama 3 and Ohio State 4, and AP has Ohio State 3, Alabama 4
Yeah. So
for top 5. Then what is it?
LSU, USC, Penn State, Florida State, Clemson, Washington. that rounds out the top
Okay,
10.
so Washington's 11 in the coaches, and Tennessee is 10.
Yeah, and then Texas, Tennessee. So Tennessee is 10.
So the top 12 teams are all the same.
Yep.
There's just a few small changes. Okay.
Notre Dame, Utah, Oregon, Kansas State, TCU.
So the top 17 are the same with a few mixtures.
Yeah, Oregon State, Wisconsin,
Wisconsin.
Oklahoma, North Carolina, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Tulane, and Iowa. I don't think Iowa's on the coaches.
Iowa's not. It's the first one that's receiving votes.
Got it.
So what is that?
A&M.
Texas Tech
Or Texas Tech, yeah.
is the one school that's in here.
There you go.
That isn't in that one.
So it's very similar.
Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, obviously they're changed around a little bit, but
yeah. So let's talk AP poll because that's what we're gonna go with.
okay.
So, any surprises? We had our college football playoff predictions last week.
Yeah.
What were yours again?
I think I had Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, and then maybe Alabama. Was that my fourth, Alabama?
You had Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama for sure.
What? I think Tennessee.
Oh, and USC. No,
I
you
had
had
Tennessee.
no. You had
Tennessee,
Georgia,
USC.
Ohio State, Tennessee, USC. That was
Yeah.
your four. So you have 1, 3, 6,
12.
and 12.
Mm-hmm.
And mine was Georgia, Michigan, LSU, and Clemson.
/ Alabama. Caveat. You gave the caveat.
I did have the
Who
caveat.
wins LSU?
So
Florida
my
State?
my first choice, based off of who I think is going to win the first game of the year, I have number 1, number 2, number 5, and number 9.
You don't think whoever wins between Florida State, LSU, that team's gonna go?
I do.
So who did you take out then? Clemson?
No, so LSU, Florida State play the first game of the year, right?
Okay.
I think LSU is going to win that game.
So they're gonna be in the Final Four.
So they're going to be in the Final Four, yeah. So when LSU beats Florida State, I think it's going to be Georgia, Michigan, LSU, and Clemson.
Okay.
If Florida State beats LSU, then I think it's going to be Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, and Florida State.
Got it.
Yeah, so
take
that's
out
the
Clemson.
caveat. Correct.
Got it.
Because then I think Florida State will be the ACC champ
There you go. Okay. Interesting.
with that extra win.
Interesting. It'll be interesting to see how Texas does too. Or it'll be interesting to see what they do at quarterback. I mean, essentially, like if they start out the year and Quinn Ewers is balling, they obviously stick with him. But if he struggles, do you just flip it right to Arch?
I think that's the question, is if he doesn't dominate right away.
Right. Because you're obviously playing. Well, maybe your first game's against a better team, but for the
They
most
play
part,
Rice the first game.
Oh, so then they don't start out with a hard schedule. But then I think it's also the same thing. You look at some of these teams. So Georgia, obviously, has a new quarterback. Stetson Bennett was there forever.
Mhm.
Alabama, new quarterback. Ohio State, new quarterback. The only guy in the top 4 is Michigan, and I think LSU's quarterback's coming. Like JJ McCarthy's coming back,
That's right.
and then LSU. Well, obviously USC's Caleb Williams.
Yep.
Clemson has the same. He was a freshman last year, but
Mm-hmm.
it'll be interesting. Yeah.
You're catching on to my college football playoff reasonings.
That you have.
They got consistency at the number 1 position.
Well, Georgia don't.
Well, yeah, but they're
Georgia
just
don't.
too good.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how Michigan does. I think, obviously, like we talked about last week, the game, it's just Michigan, Ohio State. Whoever wins is there.
Pretty much.
That's all it is.
Yeah. Unless one of the teams just completely shits the bed and
Yeah.
loses.
Just some random. Or a game.
I mean, I think that they would probably still make it if they had one loss and they beat that.
Yeah,
the
it's
other.
still whoever wins. I mean, as long as they only have one loss, if they beat the other team, especially because it's the last game before the Big Ten championship, like that's the game that matters.
And they would be in the Big Ten championship, yeah.
And then probably
Yeah. Okay. So as long as one of them doesn't shit the bed and loses 2 before that game,
Mm-hmm.
then it's basically whoever wins that game,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
which is kind of nuts.
I think Wisconsin will be out of the top 25 by the end of the year.
You think?
Screw them. Yeah,
Okay. So they're at 19.
on here, yeah.
Well,
I think North Carolina could move up. They have the quarterback possession play. The number 1 position.
That is the
quote
number one
unquote,
position.
and he's potential.
Do you
top 10 pick.
disagree with that?
No, I think it's essential. I think here's the difference: is when you look at these teams, though, they like Georgia is going to bring in a new quarterback. I don't think it will make that big a difference. Ohio State's the same way. Like they might struggle 1 or 2 games. They're not going to lose
Right.
to these random teams, and then you kind of get it fixed out. I mean, they're just so good overall.
They're less experienced, so if depending on when they play somebody good, then it might take them a little bit longer to get acclimated.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. I think, I mean, obviously the quarterback play plays a huge factor, but we'll see what happens. I mean, Notre Dame has, some would say, a fantastic quarterback, the guy from Wake Forest.
Hartman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Decent. I mean, they play at Clemson and home against USC. Not bad. He has to go back, plays home against Wake Forest.
They probably did that on purpose.
Love that. So yeah, I think it'll be very interesting to see. I don't think there will be a lot of change up. I mean, in the top 5 to 10.
When do you think the first top 5 team will lose? Like, are we talking like first 3 weeks?
Well, yeah. I mean, caveat to it. Obviously, a top 10 team will lose in the first week because LSU plays Florida State. Beyond that,
that's a good take, David.
That was a great take. I didn't want to say it because I was like, this is probably dumb. But I do think that. I think so. Technically, to answer his question, the first week.
Uh-huh.
Beyond that,
no, wait, no. I said top 5.
You just said top 10.
No, top 5.
Yeah, so top 5. I think LSU will lose to Florida State.
You do?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
I mean, obviously, going to be a great game. But yeah. I think it will take a few weeks. I think we'd have to dissect the schedules, but I don't see like USC losing very early.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Alabama second week plays Texas. Is that going to be a good
right.
game? Yeah, it's probably at a neutral site too. Oh no, it's in Tuscaloosa. That could be. That's like what I'm talking about though with the new quarterback. Like what scares me is like, is he going to be ready?
Right.
Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows is right.
But I don't see any big upsets for a while.
So you think?
I think here's the thing. I think
Alabama will win that one.
Yeah, just because they're at home.
Mm-hmm.
If it was at Texas, I think I would have a different topic.
Okay.
I will say this too. I think when you look at it, like Georgia's over under, and we talked about this off air. Georgia's over under for wins is probably 12.5 out of 13 games. They're gonna win 13 games. They're gonna go 13-0.
Yep.
Until the SEC championship.
Yes.
And guess what? Even if after that, they're still in the Final Four.
Correct.
So, yeah, it'll be very interesting. I don't see, and especially, I mean, I'm only looking at the SEC right now. I don't see any matchups that are tough besides the Texas versus Alabama game.
And the LSU game.
Mm-hmm. And then Alabama plays Ole Miss, but that's not till week 4.
Okay, so this might be a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
Of the last, I don't know, say 5 teams, Oklahoma, North Carolina, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, Tulane, Iowa, who do you think is going to be the first one to lose there?
I want to say...
Gotta be North Carolina, right? They play South Carolina. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I thought Tulane played someone tough early too, though. Yeah, they play Ole Miss, so I think Tulane's will be out. So to answer your question,
do you think North Carolina will win against South Carolina?
I do. I think Drake May will lead them.
Okay.
I think Ole Miss will. Actually, pause. Yeah, I think Ole Miss will beat Tulane. So that's basically the difference.
Okay.
Whoever wins that game, whoever's in the top 25 is out.
Oh, that's right. Because Ole Miss is there too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they play.
Yeah,
okay.
they play. So that's week 2. So yeah, we'll see.
I gotcha. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Bang, bang.
All right.
Is that Tulane though? Kind of interesting.
I think that's good.
I think it's good. I think it'll make it a lot more competitive. Tulane's fun team to watch. Fun team to bet on.
That's right. You got anything else you want to talk about for college football?
No, it's coming up. There you go. Gophers start with Nebraska. So only 7-point favorites. Kind of interesting.
At home.
Yeah,
That's because Nebraska, I feel like, is in a similar boat to Wisconsin, where new coach used to be good a long time ago, kind of have a little bit of hype train behind them.
Yeah.
But we can talk about first week coming up
in a later episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good game. I mean, I think it'll be a good, interesting game to play them right away. Good test. Obviously, you have a new running back.
That's what we want.
Because Mo Ibrahim was there forever.
That's right.
So,
all right, we're jumping into the NFL now. What we all like to talk about.
Bang.
Personally, I'm more of an NFL guy, anyways.
Well, I think it's easy. Here's the thing, too. I think it's easier to talk about the NFL. A, fantasy football. B, there's 30 teams. 32 teams.
Is there 30 or 32?
I think there's 30. Let's go 4, 8, 12, 16, 32.
Nice. All right. Good job.
But I'm saying in college football, there's 100 teams.
There's a lot of teams.
I mean, there's only so many teams.
A lot of teams.
Who cares?
All right, so what we're doing this week and next week, we got the season lines. Mm-hmm. So full season lines. We're gonna do
off of FanDuel.
Yep, according to FanDuel. So we're gonna do the AFC today. We're gonna do the NFC next week. So the next episode, we're gonna go through each division. Every team has a over/under win total associated with their team. So we'll make our pick on over/under that total according to FanDuel, and we'll also say one player prop in each division that we think is going to hit. Mm-hmm. So as the year goes on, we'll keep track of these, and at the end, we'll tally up how each of us did.
Yeah. There we go. Bang.
All right. So what do you want to start with? AFC North?
Sure.
Okay.
You want to say the over? I mean, I have a good gist of it, but.
Yep. All right. So we're starting highest to lowest.
Okay.
So the Bengals are predicted to finish first. Their total is 11.5.
I said over. I think they'll win 12 games.
Yep. I agree. I put them at 12-5.
Yeah, the season doesn't really scare me. I think the Bengals have probably one of the most electric offenses.
Yes.
And obviously Joe Burrow's not necessarily 100%, but I don't think the injury is as bad as people think.
And the beginning of their schedule is not like, oh my gosh, it's so hard.
I mean, to be honest, they play at Browns. They play home against Ravens, home against Rams, at Titans, at Cardinals. The only game that literally scares me is the Ravens.
Exactly. And
then you go home against Seahawks, so you should go 5-1.
Correct.
And you go 49ers or 6-0.
So as long as Joe Burrow's good, by the time they get to the Seahawks in week whatever that is, 6, then they're.
I mean, to be honest, it's like, from what he said, it's like he's still trying to do things. So it's like, is it potential that he comes back? Sure. I mean, bro is. His legs are going to be.
He still has about 3 weeks until the season starts, plus an additional week or 2 if they need to not play him right away. Right. So should be fine. Mm-hmm. All right. So we both have over for the Bengals. Ravens are at 10.5.
I said under.
Under.
I did say under.
Okay.
I think the Ravens will be good. I think their offense will be good. You got Bateman coming back. You got Zay Flowers. J.K. Dobbins is just off the PUP list or whatever. Yep. But I just don't know if they have it. I mean, Lamar Jackson's a fun quarterback to watch. I just don't know defensively if they can contain those teams. And 11 games is quite a bit. 11 games solidifies a playoff spot.
That's right.
11-6.
That's what I'm saying.
You think they're gonna make the playoffs?
I got them at 11-6.
There it is. It'll be close.
Yeah. Well, I was going through the schedule, and because they didn't win the division last year, I think that helps. Yeah. With their schedule. So like as the season winds down, they play the Rams, they play the Cardinals in the crossover games like everybody in their division does, but they also play the Texans to start, the Colts. The Titans aren't that good.
Lions will be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Cardinals.
Yep. And they get to end with the Steelers, so I had them winning the last game to go
Don't they
and
all?
6.
Don't they? This might be the dumbest question I've ever asked. Don't they play the same teams?
No.
Like
So-
out of the division? Don't they play one division?
So the way that the NFL works, and I think I have it straight so I can say it clearly. So the AFC North, they play every team in their division 2 times.
Yep, home and away.
So that's 6 games, home and away. Yep. Then an AFC division is matched up with an NFC division.
For crossover
So
games.
it looks like they're matched up with the NFC West. So every AFC North team plays the 49ers, the Rams, the Cardinals, and the Seahawks. So
Okay.
that's an additional 4 games.
Okay.
So that's 10 total games for everybody. The Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers, the Ravens, they all play those 10 games
Okay.
the same, right? Then there are games based off of where you finished last season.
Okay.
So you play, I'm not exactly sure how it's separated out, but like because Baltimore finished second place in their division, they played second place of another division.
Got it. So the better you finish.
Yeah.
Got
So
it.
that's why it's like people are saying, oh, the Vikings have a harder strength of schedule
Because we finished first.
versus like
The Lions.
compared to the Lions or the Bears,
Got it.
because we're playing the teams that finished first,
Mhm.
and the Lions are playing teams that finished second,
Got it. Which could be a
and the Bears are playing.
Okay.
So if you aren't as good one year and then you have a better roster or better team the next year, like chances are you're probably going to have a significantly better season.
Yeah.
Because just based off of the teams that you're playing,
Got it.
not everybody is going to have the jump that you do.
Got it.
So that's where the difference
Interesting. Okay.
happens
That's good to know.
on a year-to-year basis.
Yeah.
But it's like specifically laid out where it's like the crossover, every team in a division on the other side of the league, and then based off of the you finish.
Got it. Got it.
So let's see. Okay, so I had over on the Ravens, you had under, and then the next team. So the Browns are picked at 9.5. What do you got for them?
I have them over. I have them at 10.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I think the Browns will be okay. I think that's full season with Deshaun Watson will
So you
help.
have Browns and Ravens both at 10.
10, and then I had the Bengals at 12.
Yep. Okay. Wow, that's a lot of wins. I have the Browns under at 8 and 9.
I think the nice thing about it with the division crossover is so, like you just said with the Browns, the Rams stink.
The Cardinals stink.
The Cardinals stink.
Seahawks are so
Seahawks are okay if you get to play them at home, sure.
Right.
49ers are probably going to
loss.
lose. But then it's like, okay, so if you look at it, they probably play the Bears or the Packers.
Right. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
had.
Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. I mean, I think that they'll be fine. I think they're decent. I think their defense could be decent. I think their offensive line will be good. And I think without Kareem Hunt, sure, Nick Chubb can kind of show what he can do.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. All right. So you have them at 10. I have them at 8. So I have under. You have over, and then Steelers are at 8.5.
I wonder. I think the Steelers stink.
Really?
Sorry.
Okay.
I think
Wow.
they stink. I do think this caveat, I do think Deontay Johnson will catch at least one touchdown this year. Didn't catch any last year. I
Oh,
think he will catch
hot
at least
take.
one. Hot take for you. I think he will catch one touchdown.
I have the Steelers under as well.
Yeah.
But I do have them at 8 wins.
Yeah, 7, 8. I think they'll have a tough. I mean, it's tough. I think they found their quarterback potentially.
I think they did.
With
They're going to go with them.
Yeah, you have to.
Yep.
So
All right. What's your finish is Bengals, Ravens, and Browns are tied.
yep,
And then Steelers.
Yep.
And I have Bengals, Ravens, and then Steelers, Browns are tied at the bottom.
Okay.
Prop bet for this division. What's your prop bet?
I have that Nick Chubb will have over 1,250.5 rushing yards.
Okay. What made you say that?
Because I just think without Kareem Hunt and their offensive line is very good. And Nick Chubb has steadily been a very good running back.
Mm-hmm.
And now, yes, he'll catch a few passes, but like they'll still run the ball a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
I like it.
I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson over 23.5 passing touchdowns.
Ooh.
So he had 17 last year.
Missed some time, but yeah.
He only played 12 games. So if he plays 15 games, even if he doesn't play all 17. Plays 15 games. That's 3 additional games. That means has to have what? 1 touchdown in half the games and 2 in the others. You're telling me that he's never going to have a 3 touchdown game?
I don't know.
I know he likes to run, but at the end of the day, he's going to have, if he has 1 or 2 3 touchdown games passing, then it's going to be tough for him to not hit that.
Yeah, so out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He played in 12 games last year.
10. Out of the 12 games, he had more than 2 passing touchdowns 4 times.
See?
Potentially.
Exactly.
I just think it's crazy because I mean, his rush yards.
He only needs 7 more touchdowns from last year, and he gets to play 5 more games. And they got a new offensive coordinator. Yeah. And they drafted a wide receiver in the first round.
Well, and you got Odell. So
exactly. You add Odell. You got Bateman hopefully going to play at some point. And
he's off the PUP list.
He is off the PUP? All right. You got the new wide receiver. I just think it's all setting up where he doesn't need to have that much better of a passing year to easily
Mark Andrews isn't bad. Yeah, so we'll see what he happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we got AFC South. So, projected top team, Jaguars, 9.5 wins. Over or under that? Okay.
I think they'll have 11 wins. I actually had the thing I had was 10.5. I think they'll have over 10.5, so I think they'll have 11 wins.
All right.
You could play those teams twice?
Exactly.
I mean,
FanDuel is at 9.5. I also have them at 11 wins, so I'm over.
They should go 6-0 interdivision.
Should
5-1 minimum.
Yeah, I think that's probably likely. I feel like playing at Tennessee is
tough. It's tough. Yeah, 100%.
Especially interdivision, like the Titans are like, nah, we need to win this.
Yeah, and I think the Titans will be fine. I just think the Jaguars should be electric.
All right, so we have them both at 11 wins, or we both have them at 11 wins.
Yep.
Titans are next at 7.5.
I have them over at 8 wins.
Okay.
Barely over. I think DeAndre Hopkins will help, and I mean, this is Tannehill's last year at the team.
Yep. I have them at 9 wins.
Here's a question for you about the Titans.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more likely that Malik Willis starts if Tannehill goes down? Malik Willis is their number 2, right? Yeah. Or is it Will Levis?
No, I think Malik is the second right now because he's been playing well.
Got it.
But I don't know if that will change.
In season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like
most
young. Likely is Tannehill just plays the whole year. And then they figure it out next offseason.
Right.
When they have both.
Yeah.
All right. And then it's a tie between Indianapolis and Houston. So we'll just go with Indianapolis first, 6.5.
Under.
Really?
I think they're going to be terrible. I think Anthony Richardson's going to have a lot of growing pains.
Okay.
I think he's got the athletic ability, and I think Michael Pittman's great. I do think Jonathan Taylor will play. I just don't know if they'll be that good.
Okay. I'm going over at 7 wins.
Okay.
So 7-10 is my pick. Because they also get to play the Titans and the Texans. So that, in my head, they could win 3 games in the division, and then they just got to find 4 games outside of it.
Yeah.
So 7-10 is my prediction. All right, and then Houston, the Texans, 6.5 as well. Under?
Yes. I think it'll be growing pains again. I think actually though, when we revisit this next year, I think, and talk about the next season, I think the Texans will get better. I still think they'll only win 4 or 5 games. And I think they'll get another great pick to just keep building on those. And I think you obviously...
They traded their first round pick next year.
Oh, was that what it was? To get Will Anderson?
Yeah.
Oof, I don't know. I'll see what they can do. I think they're just still not it. I just think they'll have a tough time.
I have them under as well at 5-12.
I think they'll be better, and I think they'll... Here's the thing about them. I think
How many did they win last year? 4?
Was it 4?
I thought they had 4. If you scroll down, it should say on the right side.
3.
They won 3 games, okay.
So I think the hardest part about them is you found your quarterback, yes. Damian Pierce isn't bad. You need to have wide receivers. And they have Devin Singletary.
There you go.
But I'm saying I think they'll have to build. Obviously now they have a guy and they have a young defense.
It just
but
takes
they have
time to
but they have
build.
their coach. They have a coach who's going to stay. I mean, you got to give him a chance.
It takes time to build a roster.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens.
All right, so you got over
Jags.
over Jags, Titans.
Over, and then under.
Okay, so you have over, under, and I have over, under.
Yep.
All right, prop bet.
Trevor Lawrence over 4,075.5 passing yards this season.
That's a lot of yards.
I think he's going to finish top 5. I think he's going to finish top 5 passing yards this season.
Okay.
I mean, there's literally, if you stack his wide receiving core, that has to be one of the top 5 receiving cores in the league. Even without Marvin Jones, you have Zay Jones, Evan Ingram, Travis Etienne, then you have Calvin Ridley and Christian Kirk. I mean, the guy should throw, and he loves to throw. And last year showed he got a lot better.
Pretty good.
So, yeah.
I'm going with Anthony Richardson over 2,700.5 passing yards. He's already been named the starter for week 1, which means that unless he gets hurt, he's pretty much locked in to start the entire year.
So Trevor Lawrence had 4,100 passing yards last year without Calvin Ridley.
And what was his line?
4,075.
Oh, so less.
So less.
What? That doesn't make much sense.
Give me those.
All right, so I'm going over 2,700 passing yards for Anthony Richardson.
This is crazy. 4,000 compared to 27. That's 1,300
Exactly.
passing yards.
So here's my logic. He's locked in as the starter for week 1. They already announced that he's starting, which means that unless he gets hurt, he's pretty much locked in to start the entire year, right?
Well, and if you're the Colts, you have to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that means that he needs to essentially average like 175 or 180 yards passing
Was
per
it
game.
2,700?
2,700 divided by 17.
Yeah, 160 yards.
He needs to average 160 yards passing every game. You're telling me that he can't have a 250-yard game?
And Michael Pittman has 210 of those?
Yeah, hey. They have like 10 tight ends, I think.
They also have Alec Pierce, who's decent.
So, like, come on. 160 yards per game?
That seems crazy. But he's also a rookie, so it's also like...
Yeah, he'll have growing pains, but he gets to play the Texans.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Let's go to the West next.
Okay.
We got Chiefs 11.5.
Over.
I also have them over. I have them at 13.
Yeah, 12 to 13.
13 and 4 is my mark.
Yeah.
Okay. Chargers 9.5.
Over.
What do you got them at?
I have them at 10.
Nice. Me too. 10 and 7.
I think they'll be solid.
I do think they have kind of a tough schedule,
They definitely have a tough schedule. I do think
but they'll be all right.
Herbert will continue to shine. And I think, what's his name? Quentin Johnson.
Yeah.
TCU kid. I think he'll just boost him.
Mhm.
So
Broncos 8.5.
I said over. I do think this will be a better season for Russ.
Interesting.
Sean Payton hopefully will bring something out of him. He has decent weapons. Hopefully Javonte Williams can come back and be healthy, but I do think.
The same argument can go. They have to play the Chiefs twice and the Chargers twice.
Yeah.
How many wins do you think they get there?
I think they go 1-3.
Okay.
And then I think they go 2-0 against the Ravens, so it goes 3-3 in division.
Okay.
So
Not great. I have them under.
not great, but it's
I have them at 8 and 9.
I think it's hard to go to Denver and play.
They'll be all right.
They will.
I have them under 8.5 at 8 and 9.
Yeah.
And then Raiders 6.5.
Oh. Okay, 6.5?
Yes.
I'm gonna say over. I think they win 7 games.
Really?
This had 7.5, and I said under because I think they'll win 7 games.
I have them under 6.5 at 6.
Yeah, I think they'll win 6. I think they'll win 7 games. I think they'll steal 1 from the Broncos in their division, and then we're just gonna scrap for the rest.
Wait, you just said you think the Broncos will go 2-0 against the Raiders, so that they're 3-3 in the division, and then you just said the Raiders.
Oh, 3-3?
That's what you said when we were talking about the Broncos.
Oh, then they can go 0-6 in the. I think somehow they'll win 1 game in the division.
Who?
I don't know. They're gonna win 1 game. I think
No,
potentially
who are we talking
Chargers.
about the Raiders.
Raiders.
Oh,
I think the Raiders will win 1. If the Broncos go 2-0 against them, I think they'll win 1.
well, I'm just going off of what you said.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You get to play Dolphins, not great. Vikings, you'll get smoked.
I think the Dolphins will beat the Raiders.
Patriots. No, I still think they'll do it. At the Bears, at the Lions. So they're playing our division.
Yeah.
Exciting.
You think they'll beat the Lions?
It's at the Lions.
Exactly.
So
That's an L.
I don't know. That's a tough game. I mean, the Vikings have to go to Vegas, and that's not going to be good for the Vikings if we're being honest with each other.
Not good.
So,
all right, so you have them at 7, I have them at 6. So you have Chiefs over, Chargers over, Broncos over, Raiders over.
Power conference, right?
You have
there. All the overs.
You have all the overs, and I have overs for the Chiefs and the Chargers, and unders for the Broncos and the Raiders by game. All right, prop bet. What do you got?
Justin Herbert over 29.5 passing touchdowns. Screwed me last year.
If it's 30 and a half, do you still say over?
Yeah, I think it's going to be like 34.
Because I think if I remember right, that's what it was on FanDuel.
I'll take 33 and a half. I'll take the over. I think he's going to get 34.
We'll give you 30 and a half.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay. I'm going to go Austin Eckler over 7.5 rushing touchdowns.
Okay.
Last year he had 13. The year before he had 12. He's on basically a 1-year prove-it deal.
Which is crazy. Because he's been very, very, very good.
You know that, the offense is supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
So you know they're going to be down there. He's still the guy.
Yeah.
I don't see how he goes significantly lower than
He just has to stay
12.
on the field once he stays on the field.
Exactly. That's really the only thing. Whenever you're taking prop bets for especially running backs, as long as they stay healthy, like you're baking in the health aspect.
Yeah. Which you can't predict.
Into season-long prop bets.
Yeah, you can't predict it. So
that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But over 7.5.
I think their defense is low-key decent. Kendricks is there, Kenneth Murray.
They've always had a pretty good defense in terms of name value.
Yeah,
they just
play well.
They get hurt. All right, last division, East. We got Bills at 10.5.
Over.
Nice. Me too. I got them at 11.
Yeah, 11 or 12.
You got them at 12? They have a hard schedule.
As they should.
Yeah, but they play like all hard teams. Then we got the Jets at 9.5.
I'm going to say over.
Okay.
I think the Jets' defense is actually one of the best in the league.
I have them at 10.
And I think it will be a good year. I don't think Aaron Rodgers will put up like MVP numbers, but I think the Dalvin Cook signing helps because now you can basically you have a good running back when Breece Hall is still coming back, and then you can mix them both.
Right.
And you have good wide receivers, and your defense is very good.
That's right.
So,
all right. So you have over. I have over. Dolphins also at 9.5.
I said under. I think the Dolphins will win 90.
Man, we are locked in, David.
Well, the only reason I say that too is like this sounds bad, but like I don't know about Tua. He scares me.
Nah, he's gonna play.
Well, yeah, he's gonna play, but the bro is gonna take one hit, and who knows?
No, he's gonna play.
And I think Tyreek Hill will be great. Jalen Waddle, a little banged up right now, but he'll be fine too. They just don't have a running back.
I also have under 9.5 at 9 and 8.
There you go.
So same thing as you. Patriots 7.5.
Under 7.
Okay. I have under at 6.
Yeah, I don't think the Patriots are very good. Did you know the Patriots were the #1 defense last year in fantasy football?
Yeah, that's because they scored a lot of touchdowns.
That's crazy.
That's what they always do. Touchdowns and sacks. That's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you have over Bills, over Jets, under Dolphins, and under Patriots.
Yep.
That's it. What I have as well. Over Bills, over Jets, under Dolphins, under Patriots. What's your prop bet?
Tua to have under 3,800.5 passing yards.
No way.
Yep.
I have over.
Okay, then we'll see how it goes.
So I have over 3,800.5 passing yards.
I have under.
Well, one of us
good
is gonna be
matchup right there. There you go.
One of us is going to be wrong. I just think, what did he have last year? He had like
3,500.
He had 3,500 and he played, 13 games?
1, 2, 3, 13.
Yeah, so he played 13 games.
Mm-hmm.
If he plays 14, he averaged. What's his average?
We'll just do this divided by, what is it, 13?
13, 26, 39. He averaged like 260. That's basically, you add one more game, he's already over it.
Yeah.
The nice thing is, too, his wide receivers are guys that can make plays after the catch. So it's not like he has to actually throw for 3,800 yards. He can throw for 3,000, and then the speedsters just run the rest of the 800.
Yeah, they have a tough schedule, too. But yeah, we'll see what happens.
As long as Tua stays healthy, I don't see a way that
doesn't
get to that level.
Yeah.
Or just like healthy enough. We don't need him to play every game. Like,
we need him to play 14 games.
At least 14.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's why they bake in the health
the health aspect
in the prop bets.
Yeah.
So
we'll see what happens. Mike White's their backup.
Yeah, that wasn't a good experience last year.
No.
Anything else for the AFC that you want to talk about today?
No, I think it will be fun to watch. I think you have like the Bengals, Chiefs, Bills, who are obviously the dynamic top teams.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think the Bills need to figure it out because like I feel like they're always at the top, and then come playoff time they always just lose.
Mm-hmm.
And
now or never.
Now or never. I think the Jaguars will make an impact on that too. So we'll see what happens.
That's right.
Chargers are coming. These teams are coming.
Who do you think's coming more? The Jaguars or the Chargers?
Jaguars. I think the Jaguars will push to make the AFC Championship.
You think?
Yep. I think they will. I think they have a chance.
Yeah. I think they are more likely than the
It's just because, well, also the division sucks.
Exactly. So they're pretty much locked into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which means that you have to win one game and you're into the final
whatever.
Four.
Final four-ish, yeah. So you got an easier schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yep. All right, we're moving on. Fave 4, round 2. David locked up number 1. Just by the
hair of my chinny chin chin.
Exactly. That's what I was looking for. Topic for today, we're going with things you need tickets for.
Things you buy tickets for?
Yeah, things you use a ticket for.
Okay. You want me to call it?
Yep.
Okay, heads.
It's tails. I'll go second.
Okay. I'm going to say concerts.
Okay.
Like how, do we just want to say, is that like all concerts? That's how I did it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to go with a sporting event.
Classic.
And a trip.
Trip. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with, let's see. I'm going to go with a lottery ticket. And I'm going to go with movie theater tickets.
Okay. I'll go with a state fair.
Okay. Coming up soon.
I know. It's fresh on the mind. And I'm going to go with we'll go with a meat raffle.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with, the last one I'm going to go with tickets for is this the same thing? Like a carnival? That's probably the same thing. That's like a state fair. Like a carnival. Like you buy tickets to play the games. Like, you know, when you buy tickets and then you play the little, like, throw the thing at the hoop.
Right.
Is that the same thing?
I mean,
because my other one was just like beer tickets at concerts. Like you buy, like, shout out Kelly Harstead, Ramble Jam. You just buy like beer tickets. Like, you know, when you go to a concert, you just buy the beer tickets.
Yeah.
That's what my other one was. So you can put them together.
So which one you want? I'll give you whichever one you want.
Oh, I'll say carnival tickets then.
All right.
Yeah, carnival tickets.
All right. So what's your 4?
So we got concerts, we got movie theater, we got lotto, and we got carnival game tickets.
Okay. And mine are sporting event, trips, state fair, and meat raffle.
There you go. Have you ever done a meat raffle?
I feel pretty good about that. Yeah.
I think I've only done one meat raffle. I feel like every time you go to a meat raffle, everyone wins.
It's when like you're at bingo or just like at a place that I feel like pull tabs and meat raffles go together well.
Yeah, and bingo or trivia or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so keep an eye out. If you're not following Sippin' Sports on Instagram, that's kind of the main spot. Otherwise, we will post it to other places as well. TikTok.
Yeah. If you don't have Instagram, you can comment Twitter, comment on the YouTube.
Exactly.
Or our Sippin' Sports. If you just Google Sippin' Sports Instagram, you can go to it. You don't even need an Instagram, I don't think, do you?
Oh, you don't?
I think it's just public.
Nah.
I guess I don't know.
I think you probably need one to vote. Like
you can go see it. You just can't vote.
Yeah, you can see it, but I don't think you can vote unless you have an account.
Got it. So or create an Instagram just for us. It'd be cool.
You could.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
So,
all right, back in action next week. See you guys.